Welcome to the NBA here on 2K Sports. It's the NBA Finals and the tension is mounting. It's time for Game 4. It's the Los Angeles Lakers going up against the Philadelphia 76ers. I'll be back at halftime.
Philadelphia on deep. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. I spoke with the Lakers head coach. I asked him what he could say to his team at this point, and he told me it was easy coming up with a pregame speech, saying everyone expects them to finish us off anyway. The pressure's on them now. It's almost as if our team can just finally relax. If we do, we'll be able to get back to our game and get back in these finals. An optimistic attitude to be sure.
And thank you for that, Doris. Irving. He's guarded by Cooper. Shot clock at 5. From 15 feet away. Irving can't hit. Philadelphia on deep. And the rejection by Lawrence. Outside line. To Lawrence. Here's Cheeks. He's guarded by Cooper. And Irving backs up. He passes to Cheeks. With a step back.
Beautiful work in the transition game. That's how to do it. Shooting before the defense can get itself set.
And this is his first with the ball tonight. Free throw, good. Irving. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. They really want to find that at Kevin,
the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. He can fly, can he? He'll make you forget he's a coward sometimes.
Yeah, when he does decide to attack the basket, Kevin, he can do it with the best of them. And this is the time to attack, really, with these two teams locked in such a close game.
Now the feed to Tony. Tries it from 19. Rebound the Lakers. It's gone here in the first. He gives it to Abdul-Jabbar. Wilkes, defended by Cheeks. Here's Wilkes. And 2-1 on the shot.
He's got a nice touch on that shot normally, but good defense there, fogging the lane.
And that one is still on Cooper. Cooper against Irvin. The shot no good. Good D by Johnson. They just threw by 3. He dishes it to Abdul-Jabbar. Great positioning on the putback.
Smooth guy, very good job there of getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
You know, those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, as much as any single play in the game.
Yeah, they really can't. I mean, they can't allow him to beat them to so many of those offensive rebounds. That'll kill you.
Cheeks gets to Irvin. The Browns, the Lakers will take possession.
Man, I don't know what that is right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten 3 big shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Nice bouncing here by Los Angeles. Here's Wilkes.
Now, that was an incredible reverse throwdown right there. Tremendous body control.
I didn't go as far as say, Clark, that was a punctuation mark.
I feel that.
Send a message.
And the message, and put it on the highlight reel for later. But the drive to the bucket was nice. But the finger roll finish, beautiful.
The Lakers have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game. Johnson answers. Number 1, Johnson. Johnson's got 6 points.
He's so reliable. His offense seems to be consistently there for this team.
Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead. Yeah, 5 times already the lead has changed.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. At the 50% mark. And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. Knocks it loose. And that one's good by Abdul-Jabbar.
Now, he seemed a bit cold. The shots haven't been falling for him early on.
The 76ers trail. Irvin with the ball. 7 points in the game. Lakers ball. Lakers have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Very nice shooting. Pass to Cooper. From 11 feet away. There's another one for the Lakers. Philadelphia shooting well right out of the gates here at around 50%. Here's Irving. The shot will not go. Great D that time from Cooper. Guys are seeing some excellent guys in it. Tony has Johnson picking him up. Now here's Irving. He's tapped it down. That is good. Irving's got 9 points. This quarter is going to touch the ball. It seems like every chance he's got, he's pretty much converted. The Lakers have gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. Johnson the screen. Kicks to Abdul-Jabbar. Here's Wilkes. Johnson the finger roll. Beautiful.
Look at the points in the paint, the inside game. It's been very one-sided here for a while. The defense just hasn't been physical enough at the rim. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have come from the paint. That's not a sight you see very often. He has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Johnson outside. Victor Wade. And the Irving pushing it up. Rolling back to Scott Young. Sixers behind. What are you doing? Jones checking for Irving. Here's Tony. Off the inbound pass. Off the left rim.
Even though he missed it, he couldn't pass up that chance.
Yeah, that's an easy jump shot. You got to take that.
Johnson pass for Reynolds. Johnson outside. Some serious agility coming out of that court.
You know, that bucket might be a little more than 2 points. But it finish it with that kind of force.
Yeah, against a D that was already leading him. That was like a body blow.
It's going to be a foul. Los Angeles will retain possession. And the Lakers making a change here. Here's Nixon from target 14 feet. And the Lakers lead by 7.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. You got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
Shots good by Tony.
It's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over.
Here's Davis. Lakers in the ball line. Here's McEnroe. Nixon, 6 on the shot clock. Hands the 12-footer.
Easy little jump shot for him right there, guys.
Chief sticks to Tony. And pushing it out. Here's Los Angeles. A shot still from Nixon. 6 points for him.
Well, when you think about instant offense, his name comes to mind immediately. Doesn't take much for him to get it going and run off a string of buckets.
And what a maestro he is as well. I can't tell you how many times I've seen him throw what looks like a ground pass. I wonder where it's going, and suddenly he's around his target in the hands of his teammates for a match. The number of points they've scored in the team already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
Oh, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those runs to the hoop.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Lakers.
A lot of success from mid-range so far for them, guys. If nothing else works, they can always fall back on the jump shot.
Defensively, they're causing turnovers, and that's allowing them to get into transition. Right from the start, they've been aggressive on the glass. Most of the rebounds seem to be going their way.
And Steve, I think they are ready for the fight today.
Gets it to go. Tony's got 6.
And I like that move to the hoop to use his feet, go around to the defender.
And McEnroe gets it over to Wade.
Easy look there, but he misses those once in a while.
Almost. Here he pulls it in. Los Angeles leading by 4. McEnroe the base to Nixon. Sevic defended by Chase. He passed to McEnroe. Worthy. And the 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Nixon. From 18 feet away. What are you doing? 2nd shot clock violation. They take it over. That's the fourth again on time here. And this part of the game is the coach goes over the game plan. These players are getting a much needed chance to rehydrate and refuel the cater. And guys, we know the drill well. All 3 of us working together.
Yeah, right. Kevin, people have no idea the fatigue that can set in during the telecast. So it's important for us to stay hydrated.
But you're always hydrated.
That's right. It's usually with a combination of H2O and Gatorade.
I love Gatorade. Well, look at Steve. Like Gatorade shirt.
He's really immersed in the Gatorade.
Yeah, gotta love it. Shots good by Tony. And a closer look here. This is a 476.
He's a great offensively on 2-pointers. Testing everything. Not those block shots, guys.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert on turnovers. I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
They're going to turn over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. Second bucket of the game to go. 6 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Jones. Couldn't fall for it. It's all time in Philadelphia. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Stands out to you guys from the 76ers in this one?
They set the tone there defensively with their shot blocking. They've been really intimidating down in the paint area.
The rest of the game, these shooters will be looking around for the shot blockers because of what's happening in this quarter.
And now, two-side Gatorade all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And so, in the game for the 76ers, Jones is out there for one. And it's Cheeks.
Continuing to trade blows like heavyweights in Philly.
So many times tonight, the energy in this building has gone from one way to the other.
And back in the room gets to Augustine. 7, defended by Tony. Just fine in the block. Just outside. Goes up the left side. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Jones has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Tony. Malone. Beautiful assist from Basket Jones.
Solid on the one-hand system.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, teams think they're going to get out of the ball.
Yeah, that's going to be such a reliable finisher.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Cheeks the pass to Malone. Defended by McAdoo. Malone right side. Cheeks gets to Malone. Smooth and shot on the finger roll. Malone's got 4 this quarter.
Boy, big man with very soft hands and a nice touch around the hoop.
As passes to Augustine. Shot clock at 6. Malone comes with a double team. Here's 7. And it's a tie ball game.
Well, I'm not necessarily a big fan of him shooting that shot, but they did give him the space.
Augustine dishes direct, and it's blocked by Lawrence. Malone drives in. Inside the winner. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost Irving gets the Jones. Into Malone. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Abdul-Jabbar. Stuff on top. Defended by Cheeks. Just passes to Augustine. Back to West. And the 76ers shooting extremely well. 62% on the night to this point. Jones, he's guarded by Cooper. Cheeks gets to Jones. Makes the lead pass. Finishing it off.
Right back to the basics there. Using the one-hand slam.
Doesn't he make the basics look
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does it. Well, you should stay with those basics. Good job on his assist. It seems to me that anytime you can he's the perfect rhythm to be the hero. Or the guard. That's what it takes to get across. In situations you can't be afraid to fail. I also really like this score as a low-post passer. He sees the whole court and doesn't hesitate to pass up his own shot. He can get the ball to a teammate or a better one.
There's Wilkes. That one falls coming up Johnson's feet. Wilkes has got 6 points. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
Steve, so close.
Well, such a seesaw affair back and forth. And this has been an unbelievable game to watch.
Irving dishes to Malone. No luck. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game is not. Here's Wilkes. He's still out to get the rebound. Jones has got 6 rebounds in the game. And Irving action. Malone's got 10 points in the quarter.
It's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. I guess the good news is they're taking away the outside shot.
You know what? It doesn't matter how good the perimeter defense is. They're going to allow inside looks as easy as that.
Wilkes defending by Turner. Johnson pass from Cheater. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Misses him close. The 76ers have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. Cheeks the pass to Irving. Here's Cheeks. 16 feet away. Travis with the rebound. Now here is Abdul-Jabbar. Pass to Cooper. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Wilkes defended by Tony. Wilkes and 2 free throws from Marcus. And this is that one. Blowing the whistles. Two seconds to shoot their 7 to 8 free throw attempts for the game right here. And he makes both free throws.
Free throws are starting to pile up a little bit here. More so in the first quarter. And that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Cheeks. Randles untangles himself. Cheeks' shot is good. Cheeks has got 4 points now in the quarter. LA's gone 1 or 2 on 3 quarters in the second quarter. Wilkes defended by Tony. Tipped away. And now Philadelphia on the break. And the basket by Jones. Jones has got 5.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside. Yeah, look at those 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
The Lakers trail. Johnson outside. Good on the short jump shot. He's got 12.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there.
Yeah, they got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Outside Irving. A beautiful reverse play.
You know, the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball.
stolen by Turner. Cheeks works against Johnson. First up shot. Here's Jones. And Jones has got 4 points in the quarter.
And now we can see them really working it inside. Taking advantage of the defense, really pounding it down low.
Ramos. And he hits it off the back of the rim. Here's Cheeks. He's got 6. Perfect. This is number 1. Looking on Abdul-Jabbar. Malone down low. Abdul-Jabbar cover.
Making some good numbers from Malone. He has 12 points, and his 2 blocks have given them a lift defensively.
Well, you have to protect the rim, guys. You know that. And when you do that as well as he has today, it really bodes well for him, too.
The 76ers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And both free throws good from the line. Here's Johnson. 12 points for him. Here's the pass to Cooper. Cooper finishing the bucket. Philadelphia leading by 4. Cheeks against Johnson. Here's Cheeks. He's guarded by Johnson. A floater. Cheeks no good.
You see the defenders get out of his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the bucket. Not that time.
That one's good. Now just a 2-point 76ers lead.
Fellas, in this quarter, he improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
Abdul-Jabbar against Malone. The 10 finds the target. Malone's got 16.
You gotta like his shot selection to set a good example for the rest of his team.
Lakers trail by 4. Abdul-Jabbar, a screen on Cheeks. Rambus against Jones. Fires the 3. Fires again. And he lays it up and in. 6 points for him.
You know, they haven't been able to open up a big lead, but the rebounds are starting to add up for them. Able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing the dirty work inside, Steve. Playing a very tough brand of basketball.
Irving passes to Malone. A strong finish with heavy pressure all over. And the 76ers lead by 4. Los Angeles is now 1-3 from outside since the start of the second quarter. Johnson against the Rams. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Now Johnson. 14 points for him. 5 on the clock. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Johnson's got 16.
Even with the D lurking, it's made it look easy with the soft finger roll.
Jones the pass to Cheeks.
Tough ball there. It's a tough break for the defense.
No, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
Philadelphia with the ball. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they have to basketball anyway.
Starting to get a little momentum here after that scoreless first quarter.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
It's Johnson back home. Johnson is not calling the shot. Cheeks on his way.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
The Lakers have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line. And that one falls for Johnson. The 76ers lead. Outside Jones. Outside Irving. Irving gets a screen from Jones. Irving kicks to Jones. Knocked away. And it's the Lakers on the break. It is up. Finishes the break with a shot. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck, how about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
this about him, Kevin. I mean, it looks like he's made of rubber sometimes because the finishes bounce off him when he's driving the lane. What a finisher.
What I love about watching him play, Steve, is his terrific agility and body control. Even with the multiple defenders closing in, he can touch his body at angles that really give him a chance to make shots from weird positions all the time.
Here's Irving's got 3 rebounds now in this one. So against the whistle, contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Los Angeles having lots of trouble defending.
13 points and the 1 steal. He's been their leader, stirring the drink at the offensive end and then anchoring the defense.
Well, it's a good example, Clark, of how you set the table for the rest of your teammates. He's really brought focus and energy to this game.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Abdul-Jabbar passes to Nixon. Here's Wilkes, and choked up by Irving. And here's Tillman. Here's Cheeks. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
In the corner as he beats the buzzer. Talk about maximizing every last possession you've got. Right there, it was done.
Post game as we wrap up the second quarter. 76ers on top, leading by 5. Keep it here for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce. We'll see you after the break for the start of the second half.
Now, presented by Sprint.
From this crucial Game 4 of the NBA Finals, we dig into the storylines for what went down in the first half. For Philadelphia, they have the lead against the Lakers. They had the advantage, looking to close things out in sweeping fashion here in the NBA Finals. On the other hand, the Lakers are still alive. Great energy and aggression offensively, making their own luck with a lot of second-chance points. And now back to the game in Philadelphia. Glad to have you with us in the city of brotherly love.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back to Game 4 as we get ready to start things up again.
Yeah, he tore it up on the offensive glass in the first couple of quarters. Love the effort he's getting out of it.
Incredibly persistent, which is what it takes to be a successful offensive rebounder. I should know. I used to eat a lot of glass in my day.
So for the Lakers right now, they've got Abdul-Jabbar. Cooper is out there with Rambis. Then it's Johnson. Here's Rambis, defended by Lawrence. Lakers trail by 7. Johnson with it. Johnson, double team. Yes. That's his first team.
Could have fouled that up going for the big slam. I thought that was a nice job just taking the layup.
Here's Irving. And he makes good on the way. Irving's got 17.
I don't know what's happening to their defense. I mean, they don't have any effort, any purpose.
And it's really costly. The last 5 baskets at that end, very easy to
And those passes to Cooper, rejected by Lawrence. Hit them clean. And here they come. The breakaway jam.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
Thanks, Mark. Tom.
Guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Wilkes, rejected by Lawrence. Cheeks works against Johnson. Cheeks gets to Tony. And there's the whistle. Foul on the shooting. And he's got his first free throw of the game. And the first one. On that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Lakers trail by 6. The feed now to Jackson. He passes it out. Throws the ball. Nice ball moving in by the Lakers. Got a piece of it. Cheats the pass to Wallace. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Pass to Cooper. Here's Rambis. He's covered by Irving. Johnson goes in. Tony with the rebound. Tony's got his fifth rebound in this one. Lawrence passes to Irving. He feeds it to Malone. Malone outside. Can't hit the turnaround jumper. Lakers trail by 6. Johnson outside. Pass to Cooper. It's up a 3. That one falls. Coming off the Johnson feet. Cooper's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He's going to keep banging those home. Give that much space.
The 76ers leading by 3. Irving drives in. He's guarded by Cooper. He's feeling it. Abdul-Jabbar getting into it. And that one's good, Irving. Lakers have gone 3-7 on 3 balls outside the second. Johnson with it. Outguarded by Cheeks. Johnson against Cheeks. Johnson outside. 6 on the shot clock. Takes a 3. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. The back and the 76ers shooting 65%. Outstanding offensive display from them. Passes it to Cheeks. He dishes it to Tony. Malone. Shoots from the block. Again, the miss by Malone. Malone with the steal. The pass to Cheeks. Outside Irving. Lawrence. He's guarded by Cooper. And here's Malone. Hits the pass. Malone's got 20 points. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the 76ers.
Well, defensively, they played high energy level, guys. All the steals we've seen, really the result of that aggressiveness. Adding to that, Steve, you look at their block totals tonight, and you see how feisty they've been on the defensive end this game.
Takes it to Jackson. Rebound by the 76ers.
You gotta like the defense inside, really protecting the rim. Down the shots and making him spread himself around the rim, that's exactly what he can give you.
Lakers trail by 7. Abdul-Jabbar. The screen on Irving. They get it out. Another shot. And he was fouled. There's
no question, he got the lowest shot. Definitely no room for decision.
The Lakers have made 2 deals in the free throws tonight. 6 of them to be exact. And the Lakers making a change here. Here's Irving. He's got 19. Inside Irving. Shoots up this one out. And the line is playing. He loses from 15. Malone's got 4 points this quarter.
The turnaround jumper, guys, is one of those shots that always just looks so good. I mean, it's got that nice, smooth, singular motion. Sweet.
Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. What are you doing? The 76ers lead by 7. On the wing. And that one hits back iron. LA's gone 1-2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And McAnee kicks to Johnson. Next to McAnee.
We didn't see too many plays like that when they were digging this hole for themselves.
No, maybe they'll start making up for it now.
Well, it's all about effort. effort and energy and anticipation, and they're finally getting some of that.
Malone reaches to Irving. Back to Malone. Yes! Irving picking up the assist. Malone's got 24.
He's their go-to guy. When he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually does.
Johnson attacking.
Possible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are, look at them, they are pumped up.
Yeah, they're deep.
That's what those alley-oops do, though.
Pass to Chiefs. Goes up to the stripe. The shot misses. So Los Angeles to take it the other way. Here's Cooper. And an advancement for the Lakers.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Tony the pass to Lawrence. Stays with it. Hits the end. He has 6.
That's the kind of finish we got used to seeing from him in the low post.
Johnson inside. Defended by Chiefs. Johnson gets the record. McAdoo's got 6 here in this quarter.
And it feels like the energy has just picked up big time here. Both teams are feeding off each other's intensity.
I don't know what was said in the locker rooms at halftime, Steve, but it's obvious both sides are trying.
Lakers making a change here. West is checked in. Lakers trail by 5. McAdoo gets the screen from West.
Well, we've seen that moment a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
Into Malone. Ball's not loose. 4-on-3 break. And McAdoo kicks it to West.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Shot is good.
What a finish for that hoop.
He's gone 1-2 from the 1 yard since coming out of the break. Johnson kicks it to West. Back to Johnson. Now the 76ers on the break. Dazed now. Ferocious throw down there. West outside. Johnson against Chase. And now a 9-76ers lead.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defensive defenders start buckling down and tightening up.
Yeah, they're getting exposed right now.
West kicks to Johnson. Lakers moving the ball around now. 6 to shoot. West with the ball.
He's really lacking his confidence out there. 0 field goals made so far in this game.
In the ball.
Impressive play there. They have been really good offensively.
Piling up the points and room to this big lead now. They've been unstoppable.
West pushes to Johnson. Defended by Chiefs. Up to West. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Here's McAdoo. The shot's good on the assist by West. McAdoo's got 10 points in just the second half.
What quarter for him at the offensive end. He's ignored the scoreboard and continued to go out there and do his thing. He is feeling a terrific percentage from the field.
Lakers trail by 11. Clark looking to grab a center offensive.
You know what? Basket here will do a lot for their confidence.
Close it down.
I think they gave him a little too much room there. I mean, that was all he needed to rise up and punch that one down.
Yeah, he's going to jump at those Johnson style.
Yeah, that's what he does. He is a high flyer.
Lakers foul. Lakers got his third rebound.
Normally when you dominate on the glass, it really shows up on the scoreboard, but not so much here today.
You're right, it typically is a good barometer that indicates who's winning. Not so.
And this is Jordan for Los Angeles. Lakers trail by 11. Johnson goes in.
Out of this world, aerial skills for a guy of this size. Kevin, that's what separates him from some of the other point guards around the league. I wouldn't be surprised if that spurs them on. Maybe sparks a little bit of a comeback here.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And McAdoo gets to Augustine. Here's Savage. And it's Malone with the rebound. Here's Cheeks. Through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. 76ers lead by 11. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells us for you this matchup. The Bulls change up here. Lakers trail by 11. They've got Tony. Jones is out there for It's Cheeks. And it's Warriors at the first spot. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. And 2 seconds to defended by Tony. Doubled by Cheeks. It's Hicks. Here's Willis. The run by Saints right.
Got a good clear look right over the top of this guy. Sixers, boy, did they ever make a mess out of that. Terrible turnover.
And the 76ers making a change here. Evans check in. This is to Malone. And stolen by Worthy. Here's Nixon. Philadelphia shooting a confidence line. 66% from the floor. Here's Tony. That's caught. Here's Nixon. And the shot is good. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers have a return possession here. The 76ers leading by 8. And Irving backs in. Back to Malone. He kicks it to Irving. Good ball movement here by and we know he's capable of those memorable balls.
You know, they've got a nice lead. Don't take any chances. The simple one-hander is just fun.
To the inside. Here's Nixon. Rejected by Cheeks. On the wing, Irving. The 17-footer. Rebounded by the Lakers. Wilt has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's McAdoo. Pass to Nixon. Here's Willis.
They corrected that
defensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones a long time without a basket.
Offensively right. Here's Wilkes. And that's off the outside. Wilkes has got 9 points now against the second half. The 76ers call it right here.
He saw some things out there that needed adjusting, and wants to talk it over a little bit with his club.
I don't think you can ever go wrong during a timeout if you see something you don't like and you need to talk about it.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going on with his team. He was propping his guys up for their defensive pressure, saying, listen, the pressure you put on them has been fantastic. Keep pressing them, keep forcing turnovers, and we'll be in a great position to win this thing.
So it's Philadelphia. Johnny gets to Irving. There's the dish to Malone. Defended by McAdoo. Backfield and Malone can't hit. Lakers trail by 14. Wilkes defended by Tony. Pass it to Nixon. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Wilkes. That one wide left. Philadelphia moving by 14. Tony the pass to Chiefs. Cooper, he was trying to get it for Wilkes. Cooper. Malone, this is to Irving. Back to Malone. Defended by McAdoo. Takes it from 10. And the pass to Wilkes. Malone's got 4 this quarter.
Just another outstanding play down low. These teams couldn't be farther apart in their effectiveness in the paint today.
Yeah, that's right. All good at one end, and we'll try to be diplomatic here and just say not so good at the other.
Tony backs in. He passes it to Chiefs. Irving, the feed to Malone. 6 to shoot. Take the teardrop. Let's Randis with the rebound.
Yeah, trying to put a little mustard on the hot dog here. That was just a converted shot. Come on.
Nixon, the pass to McAdoo. Nixon, defended by Tony. Over for Nixon.
He's been off his game this quarter. Just hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Here's Cooper. Here's McAdoo. Tough to finish it off. Beauty.
The offensive rebound gave him another crack at it. He cashed in.
The strength of him with that jam. The strength.
Gritty.
Tony picks to Malone. Back to Tony. It's a nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Here's McAdoo. And there's the pass to Nixon. Randis. The second chance points on the tip in.
And they are just pounding them on the offensive glass. Defense getting outworked here.
And you see it on the stat sheet. I mean, it shows up there. They've got to do something to cut down on these second chance buckets. I mean, part of defense is finishing the defense with the rebound.
Malone. Defended by McAdoo. Malone passes to Lawrence. And Malone back in. Strong check. Malone's got 13 points here in the second half.
This work of the offensive end has been phenomenal. Maybe easy number 1. They're ahead.
Pass to McAdoo. On post, he throws it. Now Irving. Pass to Chiefs. It's Tony on the wing. Malone right side. The 10-foot. That's good on the distance. Malone's got 34. Lakers trail by 14. Here's Lawrence. Shot no good. And the Lakers take it the other way. Looking to get back on track here. That's good. The 76ers leading by 12. Irving passes to Cheeks. Just 5 to shoot. No good there off the double clutch. Lakers trail by 12. There's the pick. That's the good. The screen.
That's a solidly executed pick play. I mean, it paid dividends with that nice dunk.
Exactly the result they were looking for.
Yeah, it worked so well. I mean, he got set, did not shuffle his feet. Really well done there offensively.
Here's Cheeks. The pass to Williams. He feeds it to Tony. Here's Cheeks. Over Cooper. The Lakers with the rebound. McIntyre got rebound number 5 for Tony. It's Cooper missing. 76ers shooting in the fourth quarter has been efficient at 56%. He dishes it to Irving. He passes to Cheeks. Lets it go from the wing. They get it again. Malone passes to Cheeks. Second chance effort. And that one goes long.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. The Lakers making the switch here. And the Lakers call time. 1:57 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. From 13, Johnson. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. The 76ers shooting extremely well. 62% on the night to this point. Cheeks the pass to Lawrence.
They tried to step in and cut him off, but just not quick enough.
And we have the benefit of replay, but I think he's got that one right, which is the case most times, even though fans don't think so.
Malone passes to Cheeks. Johnson on him. Trying to get back on track. Cheeks no good.
It's really quite surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds given the scoreboard tells you about that.
It's not typical. Cheeks may have been really dominant on the glass.
And what a tremendous game for Johnson. He has 23 points and 2 blocks. He's been tough on the inside. He's played great vision with his passing, too.
Yeah, he's giving them a little bit of everything.
And Johnson drops them both.
Boy, they're making it look easy here. I mean, they're just automatic on the line.
And Irving backs it. Pass to Cheeks. Kicks it to Tony. Misses to Irving. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. 6 on the shot clock. The bounds, the Lakers will take possession. So it's the Lakers now. They trail by 6. And it's Johnson penetrating. Defended by Cheeks.
Defensive foul. I'm sure he picked it up. Nice work there. And this is a point in the game where if you've got a chance to close the gap, you've got to do it.
Philadelphia shooting 41 from 48%. Cheeks against Johnson. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the fourth. 5 to shoot. into the ground. The Lakers with the rebound.
Tell you what, as well as he shot in the last quarter, Kevin, it's sort of flip here in this one. He just can't get anything going back.
That's the Cooper. Bills defended by Tony. Here's a play to Ball. It's going to be 2 free throws. Contact on the shot. And no good. First free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can make a second. And that trip coming up empty. Listen,
That's right. No other option. One foul and hope for some misses. Yeah, we got to extend the game here. Try to keep that clock moving.
no good at the stripe this time. Second, this is also Los Angeles calls time. They're losing by 4. 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Ramos. Here's Wills. Here's Jabbar. Foul call. He doesn't get there on time. Really should be. They're on the first in that narrow position down to this line. From that Will Jabbar. 7 seconds left in the game. And now they're going to stop. Drops the first one. And so both free throws are good. It's a 4-point ball game.
No mistakes there. I think we can close the book on this one, guys. Let's go.
And here's Johnson inside.
Now, Kevin, you go way back to the beginning of the season. All the hours they put into this year. This is what it's about. This is what it's for. To be an NBA champion.
And the NBA season could be grueling at times, but Steve, this is the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, there's something so special, Kevin, about winning it at home in front of your fans who have kind of ridden that roller coaster with you, going through all the adversity, the ups and downs, the emotions. And when you finally get that championship, it is so special when you can enjoy it with your whole crowd.
And now we go down to the floor with NBA Commissioner Adam Silver will represent the Lakers San Antonio as the NBA Finals MVP award winner.
Thank you to these extraordinary NBA teams. We're the Eastern and Western Conference champions. Tonight there is one team which has realized its goal to become NBA champions. Congratulations to the players, the coaching staff, and the fans of this year's NBA champions, the Philadelphia 76ers.
This is the moment you dream about growing up as a kid. I mean, this is something that each and every one of these players will remember forever.
From the owner of the team all the way down to the ball boys, you have to hand it to the entire organization, Steve. They work together to get right here.
And what better way, Kevin, to give back to the loyal fans of this franchise than to finish out this series, this whole playoff run, actually, in front of the home crowd. What a night.
And now our attention will turn to the floor and NBA Commissioner Adam Silver for the presentation of the Bill Russell NBA Finals MVP Award.
A tremendously talented player and deserving the award named for Bill Russell, the ultimate champion. Congratulations to the winner of the Bill Russell NBA Finals Most Valuable Player Award.
I can speak for myself, but hasn't this been a tremendous playoff?
It really has been, Kevin. I mean, you never know when you start the postseason what you're in store for, how things will turn out. We now all know what the end result was.
Steve, I know you've enjoyed every second of this season.
That's been phenomenal to watch, Kevin. And what impresses me the most is, the NBA playoffs is such a grind. But to win it all, to go through so much adversity, the roller coaster ride of emotions, and now all of a sudden this team can just relax and let out everything and enjoy the night.
And we have enjoyed our time with you folks all season long. For Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. Have a wonderful summer.